Welcome, my friends, to recording in CapCut, editing in CapCut, how to use CapCut. Let's click on the CapCut icon that you see right-hand side of the screen. This opens up CapCut. When you open up CapCut, where you want your eye to be focused is the bottom left. So the bottom left has Edit, Templates, AI Lab, Projects, and then Me. For now, we're just going to hit Edit. And when you're in Edit, the first place you want to go is New Video. Let's click on New Video. And this opens up your videos or your photos. And you can put anything on the timeline. For example, if I wanted to put these photos on my timeline, I would just select the round dot, and that shows you 1, 2, 3 photos have been selected. If it's just one photo, then you just see the turquoise 1. Let's add this photo to the timeline. And now you can see you've got the CapCut timeline. If you click on the timeline where we have the photo, you can grab the edges and move them in and out. So if I want this to be, let's say, 12 seconds long, look to the left, and you're going to see the second. That's 10 seconds, 11 seconds, 12 seconds, and so on. So you can make it as long or as short as you want and release it. When you've released it, you identify that below there is a change in the menu. So when I'm not selecting the timeline, the menu below changes, as you can see. See that? You can see splits. That's the first item on the left. But when you don't have that selected, it looks different. Okay, so that's the first part. Second part is at the end, you always have the CapCut logo. You can click on that CapCut logo, the outro, and just hit delete, the bottom right, and that deletes the CapCut outro. What if I wanted to add some audio to this? Well, you can add audio from your files. If you're on Android, pretty easy to find. If you're on an Apple device, it's also easy to find audio that you have. So all you would do is hit audio, and then you can hit sounds, which is the second item from the left. When you hit sounds, you have the ability to either look for sounds. So I could just say peaceful, for example, peace. And this will show me a number of options royalty-free on CapCut. So if I want melody of peace, I just press the turquoise plus, and that adds it to my timeline. And now I have my photo. I have my photo with some music. But you see the music goes all the way to the end. So if I want to cut the music, I select the music waveform on my timeline, and I hit split, bottom left, and then I just hit delete, the fourth from the left, and that deletes it. So now I've got my photo and I've got some music. If I want the music to fade in and out, I just select the waveform again, and the third from the left at the bottom, I click on fade, and I can fade it out, and you can see the icon now shows that curved fade out look. I can also do the same for fade in. I can fade in, and I just hit the tick mark at the bottom right, and boom. Now I have my music and I have my photo. Now, if I wanted to export it, what I've done to finalize this video and save it as an MP4, I will hit export, and there you have it. There is my video. This video is ready to be played. So I can hit done. It shows me the videos that I have in CapCut. Mind you, if you want to delete these videos to create space on your phone, you could go to Projects, the fourth from the left, and you can click on the three dots on the right, and you just hit Delete, move to Trash. Same for this one, move to Trash, Delete. And if you look at Trash, the top left, fourth from the left, Trash. Now you need to delete these permanently. So you could either select all of them. You could select all of them like that and then delete them by hitting the trash icon, or you could select the specific one you need and delete. Let's go back to Edit. So here in Edit again, let's click on what we just worked on. Now we're back to this. If I wanted to add a video to the timeline, I could. All I do is click on the plus at the right, and I could add a video. I could add any of the videos that I've got. Let's add one of my music videos. Welcome to Piano Tips. I just hit add. Now there's something you should realize. All along, what you've been looking at is pretty much in landscape format. What if you wanted it to be in a portrait format? Well, to get portrait, you need to slide the menu all the way to the right where you see background and aspect ratio. Make sure that you do not have any items selected, because if you do, you will be unable to see the aspect ratio settings. So deselect your video and move to the right, and then you will see aspect ratio and background. Let's click aspect ratio, and now you can see 9:16 or 69, which is more landscape, that white format. Or you could have a 1:1, which is a square format. For reels and shorts, we're going to use 9:16, and then we're going to hit the tick box. Now you can see your whole video format is now portrait. And you can see my other video playing here. All right. Now let's say I wanted the background to not be black. I wanted it to be a different color. Again, without anything selected, you would hit background and you could choose color on the left there. You could make it yellow or orange or gray, whatever you like. Or you could choose blur, and you could select a blurred version of whatever video is playing. For the second one here, I would need to select blur again and choose what I want. So for both, I have a blur. Let's say where I have music on this one, I didn't want the music to go into this. Well, I've already cut it. But if I hadn't cut it, I could still just select that on the timeline by tapping the photo, and then that reveals the audio that I have with it. If I wanted to cut my video, which is the second piece here, I do need to select the video and hit split, and then I just click delete because the right side, which I want discarded, is already selected, and I just delete that. If I wanted to add text to any of this, I could add text. Let's go back to the very beginning, slide all the way to the left, and that reveals the text menu. So all the way at the beginning, I could hit the third from the left, which is text, and I click on add text, which is the first on the left there, and I could just type in the text I want in that enter text box. You see there's a floating AI thingy over here. You can just move that away because sometimes it could be in the way like that. So just move it out of the way and just say add in text and hit return for demo. Hit return. this is a test. Okay. With that done, I go ahead and hit template again, and I can see some existing templates, but I would click on the checkbox on the right once I'm satisfied. Like if I want golden retro, for example, I then hit the what is on the right. I can use my thumbs to pinch in and out and move to the top like that. And I can choose how long I want the text to show for. So if I want it to go all the way to the end, I just hold it all the way to the end. Make sure that it snaps, and that's it. As simple as that. And if you wanted to cut any part of this, you just select what you want to cut. You can hit split, and again, you can hit delete. If you want to undo, look at the top right. You have the undo and redo button. So I'm going to hit undo. And then you can also add stickers. So if I wanted a sticker, I just press sticker. And then I have the option of adding another photo from my collection far to the left. So right here, if I wanted to add a photo that I've got here of a piano, I could hit that. And that becomes my sticker, which I can put anywhere. I hit the check. And then this becomes an item on the timeline. See? So it only appears where you have the bar showing. Simple as that. See? And let's go back to our text. Let's click on the text itself, and that will reveal where your text is. If you want to edit the text, click on the edit button, the top right of the text box. You press that, and it reveals the templates, the fonts, that menu. So I could choose a different font. For those fonts that have the turquoise gem, just know that that is a paid text. So you cannot use this if you are a free member. See? So you might, if you're a free member, you may not want to select any of those. Okay, let's hit the checkbox to change it. And that's it. You're pretty much done, you know. You can keep adding videos. You can add more and more and more content. Or you could just choose to export. Let's hit export. And there's your video. So this video is now saved. Let's hit done. This video is now saved to my photos. So if I go to my photo file, that's the first thing that comes up. That's it. That is actually, and there's that little clip that I put at the bottom as a clip art. So my friends, I hope this gives you a good idea about how to use CapCut. Remember that CapCut works very well on a computer. Let's go back to where we were. There's something I want to show you in text. So if you click on the text again and the timeline and hit the pencil icon at the top right, be aware that you got various fonts and various styles. So if you just hit style, it just changes to whatever you're seeing on the screen like that. You also have effects. Remember those with the turquoise gems, you got to pay for those. And then you've got all sorts of categories: manuscript, glow, textured. They make it very easy for you to find what you're looking for. Okay? I hope that gave you some insights. If you found this to be useful, smash the like button, like, subscribe, and share. Talk to you later. Bye for now.